This is Late Tea Time, the golf betting podcast that finds the best betting value closer to the first shot being struck than anyone else.
Always gamble responsibly. Visit begambleaware.org for more information.
And hello, Late Tea Time podders. Look at Tindall there. He thought I was going to bring him on, but he's already there. I surprised you there, didn't I?
I was trying to retweet us, but there we are. Look, there we are.
There you go. There we go. Get the admin sorted out, Dave. I am James. He is Dave, as always. It is the Late Tea Time podcast, and Late Tea Time podders out there, welcome along, as always. And we're looking at two events this time around. Well, first of all, DT, how are you?
Yeah, fine, thank you. You just caught me unawares there.
Forget my manners there. It's so good to see you.
How are you?
by the way? I'm all right.
Good.
Yeah. So the things World Cup just around the corner. What's not to like? Cricket's England won the T20 World Cup. Everything's good in the garden of James at the moment.
Good.
We're going to look at two tournaments this week, and the reason we always come to you as late as possible, was it nearly 7:30 on a Wednesday night as things stand, is to give Dave his chance to wrap his gargantuan golfing brain around the latest news, gossip, and information from the golf courses around the world, so we can bring you the very best bets. And DT, we're going to start off with the DP World Tour Championship, and Rory McIlroy, he heads the market. He's 3-1, which is pretty skinny, isn't it? John Rahm's 5-1, 9-1 for Matt Fitzpatrick, 11-1 Victor Hovland, my mate. Shane Lowry's 14s, Tommy Fleetwood is 16s, and Tyrrell Hatton is 20s. Where are you going to go in terms of this one?
Well, I do think a big name will win this week. So I'm going to look at the front end of the market.
Is Rory too short at 3-1? He's playing really well, but is that too short?
Just a bit. I mean, if you go down his record, he's had a load of second places in Dubai events. So he might just get pipped again. But he's got a massive chance. John Rahm's got a massive chance. But I'm not going too much further down. So from the course, Shane Lowry was saying that the rough is kind of as deep and as thick as he'd ever known it. So there'd be an emphasis on driving the ball well, which obviously Rahm and McIlroy do, but maybe some of the others in the field don't as much, which makes me more think it will come down to this elite bunch. So I'm not going to stray too far. So Matt Fitzpatrick, on the DP World Tour website, there's a story saying Matt Fitzpatrick awarded DP World Tour honorary life membership today. So that was a nice little boost for him.
What does that get him? Discount at the shop and stuff?
10% off, like umbrellas and stuff. So that's all right, isn't it? So he loves this event. I mean, you look at his record in this event. He's won it twice, 2016, 2020, was a runner-up last year as well. He's also got a 4th and a 9th. So played fantastic. They asked him today why he likes it so much. He said, because it asks for the two things that you need to do well that he's really good at. So driving it straight and putting well. And he also talked about, he's added some length to his game. So he talked about this week, people used to say, it's a long old course, this. How come you're not the longest hitter? How come you do so well? But obviously, as he said, because I'd hit it straight and I putt well. But he's hitting it further now, so he's going to be coming in with shorter clubs. So a guy that was excellent, brilliant on this course, you think he might get even better. So all you really need to know that he's in decent shape. So he's not won since that US Open, but he was runner-up in the Italian Open in September. And last time out, he played the CJ Cup in South Carolina, 13th, finished with a pair of 68. So that was only a few weeks ago. So he's in pretty good nick, Matt Fitzpatrick, coming to a course that he absolutely loves. So of those front three, I think he's got just as good a chance as any of them, and he's the bigger price. So
And
he will be a win-only bet.
it's quite easy to work out where we're going to go with this as well, because he's 9-1 across the board. He's basically 9-1 everywhere. I mean, if you wanted to take him for a place, there's 5 places with some bookies and 6 places elsewhere. But as DT just said, win only 9-1 for Matt Fitzpatrick. Is that you finished then in terms of the DP World Tour Championship, or have we got anything else there?
No, we'll go another one as well. We'll go Tommy Fleetwood. I think he said he was 16s.
Yeah, his best price 16-1. That's 6 places with the likes of Paddy Power, William Hill, 888 Sport, Betfair, etc.
Yeah, so he won the Nedbank Golf Challenge last week. Came through to win that on a day when you thought it could be one of those ones that just slip away from him, but he got it done. So he comes in here with a lot of confidence. One thing I sort of vaguely knew this a bit, but he's now fully moved to Dubai. He lives there. His kids go to school there. I don't think I knew that he was so sort of involved and part of the scenery in this part of the world. But when he said his kids go to school there, it made me think of the Dubai Desert Classic. Stephen Gallagher played in the Ryder Cup on home soil in 2014, but he was best known for having an incredible record in the Dubai Desert Classic. And when it was saying, well, he was Scottish, well, how come? And he said, well, he used to take his family on holiday there every year. So he knew it was like a special place for him. So maybe Tommy Fleetwood, it's getting towards that level with him as well. I mean, he's so embedded in the place. You've seen down the years, Henrik Stenson lived there. He used to go on and win big events in Dubai. So I wonder if Tommy Fleetwood can do something similar.
You know, we said last week about Houston. I'd played the course. I've played this one as well.
Yeah, I think you told me that. Yeah, it's a long old, the Earth course. Yeah, it's a long old beast, isn't it?
Yeah, it was good fun that though.
Yeah.
You get your little buggy with the sat nav in it and everything. And then I think we got to the 7th hole. I think it came off the 7th green. And you get back into your buggy, and it's got a notice up saying, "Would you like any drinks or burgers or anything at the turn?" And you can order your food and things, and then you're off again. It's great.
Very nice. Yeah, very nice.
Very civilized.
Yeah. So Tommy Fleetwood, he's not got the same sort of record that Fitzpatrick has, but he was runner-up here in 2019. Was 10th 2020, so it's not bad. It was pretty good, really. And he's won other events in Abu Dhabi, in Dubai, so in the United Arab Emirates. Let's get the region correct. He won the Abu Dhabi Championship twice, so he's a winner in this part of the world. Now it's his family home. And then that thing about needing to drive the ball well, if you look at some of his driving stats, they were a little bit in and out, but he was 16th for strokes gained off the tee in South Africa, as he was in the Open d'Espagne. So that part of his game is looking strong again. And yeah, just this kind of added local angle. That's the thing that you would have thought, well, he's on the shortlist anyway, but
yeah,
the fact that he plays here an awful lot now, maybe just think of Stephen Gallagher and him sort of cashing in on that kind of extra knowledge of the place. So I thought he was big enough price at 16s to have an each-way bet. Yes,
Matt Fitzpatrick 9-1 on the nose, and Tommy Fleetwood 16-1, 6 places each way, with a whole host of bookies there. Just shop around, you'll find that price pretty open for you everywhere you look. Let's have a look then to the RSM Classic and the top end of the market there. So he's Brian Harmon. He's the market leader, 20-1 for him. Tom Hogue is 25s. You've got Seamus Power, 25s, as is Jason Day, 28-1 for Taylor Montgomery, and 33-1 for Keith Mitchell, DT.
Yeah, I feel having put up 2 short-priced golfers in Dubai, we need to go a bit longer here.
Are we going to get a nice big chunky one?
Yeah, so I found 100-1 chance.
Oh, I like your style.
Which is nice. Sepp Straka. Can you guess where he's from?
Sepp Straka's from Sweden.
No.
Norway. Denmark.
You need to move a bit south, a bit across.
Czechoslovakia.
Think of a snowy region. Well, we could go on with this.
The snowy region. We have to go to the snowy region.
Straka.
Say again.
Sepp. What's Sepp? What sort of Christian name is that from? Have you heard of the German goalkeeper Sepp Maier?
Yes. He's from Germany.
Next door.
Oh, God. Poland. Austria.
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah, he's Austrian.
I think I get no points in the quiz there.
Yeah, terrible. But let me just bring up his stats here. He's got some local history as well. He went to the University of Georgia. So he is a Georgia Bulldog. He knows this place very well indeed. So they've interviewed him today, and he said, yes, I love this place. Played junior golf here, played SECs here, Southeastern Conference when he was with Georgia. Love coming to this tournament. I've never played well here, but I'm hoping this is my year. So that's not ideal, is it? So I looked to see how badly he'd played. Yeah, it's not great. He's missed the cut 3 times. 2020 he was tied 44th. Although in that tied 44th, he had rounds of 63 and 66. It's one of these things where there's no good reason why he shouldn't play well here, because it's a seaside course. He's from Georgia. He's played it a lot. If you look at some of the courses that the form correlates well with, he had a near miss at Hilton Head earlier this year. Don't I know, because I was on him at hundreds and he just needed to par the last, I think, to get in a playoff and couldn't do it, but he finished 3rd there. And then in 2 of his last 8 starts, he's finished runner-up. So he's in pretty good form. Finished runner-up at St Jude and TPC Southwind is another course that correlates well with Sea Island this week. Runner-up in the Sanderson Farms. So if you go through his form, it's either it's a bit boom or bust. There's a lot of miscuts in there, but when he pops and when he plays his best golf, he can get right in there. And a couple of others they interviewed today in Georgia. They interviewed Brian Harmon, who you said was favourite, and Harris English, and they were both kind of praising him to the hilt, saying what a good player he is. And then if you think, well, that course form is kind of bugging me, because until you've done it there, maybe you think, well, I want him to prove he can play well there. Well, let me give you the example of Seamus Power. Can you guess where he's from?
He's from Ireland.
Yes, good.
I know he's from Ireland.
Yeah. So Seamus Power, last year he came here having missed the cut on all 4 occasions. Last year, as I say, no course form at all, and yet he played well on these similar type of courses. So you were thinking, why doesn't he play well here? Well, last year, following that form of miscut, he finished 4th. So that kind of helps prove the fact that I think Sepp Straka, that sounds better, doesn't it? Can, in theory, play this course really, really well. And the thing is, he's 100 to 1. I think that's a crazy old price for someone.
In most sports, you only need to raise your level by a smidgen, don't you? And all of a sudden you're on a different plane. So he only needs to get off to a decent start and just raise his level a little bit, and he could be in the hunt.
And if this was just a kind of stylistic thing where, well, he just doesn't play well on these sort of seaside short courses, you think, it's not. But he does. He plays well on them. That one at Hilton Head, also in the Carolinas, so not far away. He nearly won that. So I think 100 to 1, it's a dangerous old, but I wouldn't lay him at that price at all, because whatever his form, he can get a string of miscuts like week after week, and then he'll suddenly click. And then I think, the conditions are there for him to do so. So I don't see how a player of his ability that he won the Honda Classic earlier this year. Again, that was on a Bermuda grass, kind of windy track, held off Shane Lowry, and the weather got quite grotty near the end, and I think it's going to blow a bit this week. But it's all stuff he's excelled in before and thrived in before. So 100-1, I thought that's a great each way price. It was just nice to hear kind of that extra links to the place that he's got.
We can get 100-1, 8 places with Sky Bet.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he doesn't need to win the thing to land a decent return on that basis.
Yeah, but if he's won the Honda Classic, he could well win the thing, because that's a pretty big event compared to this one. I mean, the field has been weak, and Tony Finau was the big favourite who won last week, a week after we tipped him, by the way. So he's pulled out. So you look at that front, and if Brian Harman's the favourite in the field, it's not the best field, is it? So Sepp Straka to be 100-1 in a field like this.
Have it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, and every now and again, we come up with a big price on this podcast. It wouldn't be the first time. So Sepp Straka, the Austrian, could be carrying our money through till Sunday with fairly nice pockets. I like that. I'm gonna have a couple of my pounds on that as well.
And I wouldn't put anyone off. I mean, maybe you're putting some eggs in baskets, but I wouldn't put anyone off doubling him up with, say, Fleetwood each way.
Yeah. So Tommy Fleetwood at 16-1, 6 places, and Sepp Straka 100-1, 8 places. You could get a nice little double. Well, it'd be a massive double, that, wouldn't it?
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah,
that'd be a very tasty double.
Yeah, or doubling with Fitzpatrick if you.
Yeah.
Because I can't think one of those two won't place. So, and if Straka comes off, it could be a big old week.
DT, you're an absolute genius, as always. Thank you very much for your time and your information on the golf that's coming up. And Matt Fitzpatrick, 9-1, Tommy Fleetwood, 16-1, 6 places to win the DP World Tour Championship in Dubai. And the Austrian, as I found out today, Sepp Straka, 100-1 each way. You can get 8 places with Sky Bet on him to win the RSM Classic. DT, thank you very much. Everybody out there, thank you for watching, as always. And we'll be back again around about the same time next week for more of DT's golf tips on the Late Tee Time podcast. We'll see you then.
Music.
Always gamble responsibly. Visit begambleaware.org for more information.